Hello guys. Welcome to MK Recaps. Today, we are going to explain a science and adventure movie released in 2007 called Transformers. Stick with me, let's have fun. At the beginning of the film, Optimus Prime, an Autobot, provides a narration about the Allspark, a cube-shaped object that possesses the power to animate ordinary electronic and mechanical items, thereby serving as the life force for all Transformers, including the Autobots and their malicious counterparts, the Decepticons. After thriving for some time, the Transformers civilization was undermined by Megatron's betrayal, leading to an all-out war over the Allspark. Eventually, the artifact went missing and ended up on a foreign planet, which turned out to be Earth. Moving forward several millennia to the present-day location of Qatar on Earth, American soldiers are stationed at a base carrying out their regular duties. Among them is Captain William Lennox, Josh Duhamel, who takes the opportunity to connect with his wife and their baby girl. Suddenly, a helicopter previously presumed destroyed over Afghanistan appears on the radar and lands at the base. However, it soon reveals itself to be the Decepticon Blackout and launches an assault, emitting a jamming signal that hinders all forms of communication. Blackout storms through the base, momentarily distracted by flares aimed at his face, which allows Tech SGT Robert Epps, Tyrese Gibson, to scan and gather information about him. Blackout then locates the base's mainframe and downloads critical data before the humans terminate its connection. In a brutal act of destruction, Blackout obliterates the base and kills nearly all its occupants, with only a few managing to escape. The Decepticon then deploys Scorponok to track down and eliminate the survivors in the desert. Meanwhile, back in the United States, we catch a glimpse of Sam Witwicky, Shia LaBeouf, seemingly presenting a report in front of his class. However, he is actually trying to sell his grandfather's belongings on eBay. Sam's grandfather, Archibald Witwicky, was a renowned explorer who went on an expedition to the Arctic Circle and reportedly discovered a colossal man encased in ice, which drove him to insanity. Sam's teacher is displeased with his behavior, but Sam persuades him to give him a favorable grade, so he can use the money to purchase a car from his father, Ron Witwicky, Kevin Dunn. At first, Sam's father toys with him by pulling up to a Porsche dealership, but he eventually takes him to Bolivia's used car sales, where Bobby Bolivia, Bernie Mac, attempts to sell Sam a vehicle. Upon arriving, they notice a yellow Camaro without a driver parking itself in the lot. Despite initially feeling dissatisfied with his choices, Sam's opinion changes once he lays eyes on the Camaro, which appears to be the most appealing car there. However, Sam and his father only have $4,000 to spend, while Bobby asks for $5,000, admitting that he has no idea how the car ended up on his lot. Ron attempts to negotiate the price down to $4,000, but Bobby refuses and offers them a yellow VW Beetle for the same amount. As they inspect the Beetle, the Camaro's passenger door opens on its own and collides with the side of the Beetle, leading Bobby to suggest a different vehicle. Suddenly, a bizarre sonic wave emanates from the Camaro, shattering every windshield in the lot except for its own. In a rush, Bobby sells the Camaro to Sam for $4,000. At the Pentagon, Defense Secretary John Keller, John Voight, briefs a team of computer analysts and scientists on the attack on the Qatar base, urging them to identify the culprit. With no contact from any survivors, they rely solely on the sound of the signal used to hack into and extract classified information from the US government's computer systems. Maggie Madsen, Rachel Taylor, leads one of the teams. While driving his new car, Sam bumps into his crush, Michaela Baines, Megan Fox, and her jock friends. The jocks try to intimidate Sam, but he quickly outwits them with his clever comebacks. Michaela gets angry and decides to walk home, so Sam offers her a ride. They hit it off until the car mysteriously breaks down near a local makeout spot. The car even starts playing music on its own, which surprises Sam. Michaela inspects the engine and is impressed with the car's power, but can't find any obvious issues except for a loose distributor cap. She decides to walk the rest of the way home, leaving Sam to plead with the car to start. Miraculously, the car starts again, and Sam takes Michaela home while the car plays "Baby Come Back" on the radio. A local boy in Qatar leads the surviving soldiers to his village, where they hope to access a phone. Little do they know that they are being trailed under the sand by an unknown pursuer. Suddenly, Scorponok emerges and begins attacking and killing the soldiers. After losing his tail, Scorponok retreats underground. It is worth noting that the helicopters that appeared later in the story were the same model as Blade's. As the Pentagon attempts to notify the president, who is currently on board Air Force One, it becomes apparent that the aircraft has already been breached. Frenzy manages to conceal himself under a passenger seat, cleverly disguised as a boombox. Frenzy proceeds to gain access to the mainframe and initiates an extensive download, with a specific focus on obtaining information regarding Archibald Witwicky in the covert government division known as Sector 7, including their highly classified Project Iceman. Upon detecting the breach, Maggie promptly alerts the Pentagon, prompting them to take the entire network offline to prevent further data theft. After Air Force One touches down, Frenzy manages to flee the scene after fatally wounding multiple Secret Service agents. He then proceeds to enter a waiting police vehicle adorned with a Decepticon sigil on its fender. As Frenzy enters the car, he quips, "The foolish insects attempted to shoot me." After some time passes, Sam suddenly awakens to the sound of his car starting up. Fearing that his vehicle is being stolen, he gives chase and eventually tracks it down to a local junkyard, where he is shocked to witness his Camaro undergo a stunning transformation into a colossal robot. Meanwhile, Maggie makes her way to her friend Glenn Whitman, widely regarded as the world's best hacker, with the top secret file in tow. With his unparalleled skills, Glenn manages to crack the code just moments before federal agents burst in and apprehend both him and Maggie. Subsequently, Sam's father posts his bail, and Sam discovers that his vehicle has mysteriously reappeared. In a state of terror, he hastily flees on his mother's pink bicycle, with Bumblebee in pursuit. Sam pedals as fast as he can until he eventually crashes, right in front of Michaela. Desperately attempting to evade Bumblebee, Sam is relieved when a police car appears on the scene. However, as he explains his situation to the officer, the car suddenly transforms into Decepticon Barricade and unleashes bladed weapons from its headlights and grille. After reuniting with Michaela, Sam urges her to flee with him, warning her of the approaching monster. Just as Michaela spots Barricade, Bumblebee arrives, and the trio reluctantly hops in, setting off on a high-speed car chase. Meanwhile, Barricade unleashes his loyal minion Frenzy, who relentlessly pursues Sam and Michaela. Despite their best efforts to defend themselves, Frenzy proves to be a formidable opponent. Michaela uses a sawzall to sever Frenzy's head. After triumphing over Barricade, Bumblebee communicates with the teenagers through radio transmissions and music, revealing that he is an extraterrestrial being who has summoned his allies for assistance. However, unbeknownst to them, Frenzy's head has secretly scanned Michaela's cell phone, and has transformed into it, hiding in her purse. While driving down the street, Michaela voices her confusion about why Bumblebee, a supposedly advanced robot, would choose to transform into an old and dilapidated Camaro. In response, Bumblebee slams on his brakes and ejects the teenagers out of his car. Sam quips that Michaela has angered the robot, and Bumblebee speeds off. However, Bumblebee quickly returns and executes an impressive maneuver, scanning a passing car and transforming into a sleek and modern Camaro. Sam and Michaela are left in awe as they climb back into Bumblebee and take off at breakneck speed. Bumblebee guides the pair of humans to the Autobots' gathering spot, where they are introduced to a group of Autobots consisting of Optimus Prime, Ratchet, Jazz, and Ironhide. Optimus Prime provides them with information about the Allspark. He goes on to elaborate on how Sam's grandfather stumbled upon Megatron frozen in the ice and unintentionally activated the latter's navigational system, leading to the imprinting of Cybertronian script onto his eyeglasses. This code divulged the covert whereabouts of the Allspark, thus spawning a new army of Decepticons and driving humanity to extinction. Upon their return to his house, Sam's yard and lawn decorations are inadvertently destroyed by the Autobots' hulking frames. Sam eventually locates the glasses with the assistance of his mother, who embarrassingly divulges Sam's masturbation habits in front of Mikaela. Just as Sam delivers the glasses to Optimus Prime, Sector 7 arrives and apprehends both Sam and Mikaela. The agents attempt to extract information about the extraterrestrial beings from the teenagers, but Optimus Prime intervenes and pries open their vehicle like a tin of tuna, compelling them to release the captives. The Autobots then encircle the agents and allow the teenagers to shackle them together, while Bumblebee drenches Agent Simmons in lubricant that resembles oil after discharging his oil filter. The agents clandestinely notify the military, who embark on a mission to locate Optimus Prime and the teenagers. Meanwhile, the other Autobots scatter in different directions. Bumblebee attempts to rescue the kids after they tumble from the concealed Optimus, but the government apprehends him, as well as Sam and Mikaela. There, they are introduced to Project Iceman, which is none other than the frozen body of Megatron. Sam endeavors to caution the agents about Megatron and attracts their attention when he mentions the Allspark, which is shaped like a cube. Frenzy, who had sneaked out of Mikaela's purse, touches the Allspark, regenerating his body and transmitting a signal to the other Decepticons, alerting them to the artifact's discovery. Decepticons from different parts of the globe, including Starscream, Barricade, Bonecrusher, Blackout, and Devastator, flock to Hoover Dam. Optimus Prime declares that, in case they are unable to triumph, he will sacrifice himself by assimilating the Allspark into his own spark. Megatron was awoken when Frenzy disrupted the cryo controls that were keeping him frozen. Sam, with some assistance from Lennox, convinced Keller that Bumblebee was not a threat and would actually help them in their battle against Megatron. Bumblebee was reactivated and transformed the Allspark into a more portable form. They escaped from the dam and took refuge in a nearby town. Megatron broke free and was met by Starscream, who informed him that the Autobots had fled with the Allspark. Disappointed in Starscream's failure yet again, Megatron exclaimed,
"Fail me yet again, Starscream. Get there!"
At approximately the same time, the Autobots come across Bonecrusher on the highway, who is flanked by Barricade. Optimus engages in a fight with Bonecrusher, and the two are thrown over a high overpass, where they continue their battle below. The military and the Autobots work together to establish defenses in the town, but their efforts are soon disrupted by Megatron's arrival. Devastator and Blackout wreak havoc in different parts of the town as they battle Ironhide and Ratchet. Starscream also joins in and injures Bumblebee, destroying both of his legs. Despite Lennox's efforts to call in air support, most of the jets are taken down by Starscream. He accidentally unleashes an energy burst that brings nearby machines to life, causing them to attack any humans in their vicinity. In the end, Optimus Prime arrives and challenges Megatron to a battle, proclaiming, "One shall stand, one shall fall." The final showdown approaches, and Optimus asks Sam to hand over the Allspark, intending to sacrifice himself to destroy it. However, Sam chooses to release the cube into Megatron's chest instead, which ultimately leads to the demise of the Decepticon leader. Optimus stands over Megatron, looking into his fading optics and mourning for his fallen brother. After the battle, Bumblebee recovers his voice and requests to stay with Sam. Sector 7 is disbanded, and the Decepticon remains are disposed of in the ocean to prevent any future threat. Optimus Prime grieves over the loss of the Allspark, realizing that Cybertron will never be revitalized. However, he sends out a broadcast, inviting any remaining Autobots to join him and make Earth their new home. Thanks for watching, guys. Give the video a like and subscribe to our channel if you loved the video. This really means a lot to the team, and would help reach out to our loved ones. Have a blessed day. Thank you.